Hi, everyone. Welcome back to English Podcast Lab. I'm so glad you're here with us today. If you're looking to improve your English and get more confident with your speaking skills, you're in the right place. Today's video is all about one of the biggest challenges in learning a new language, speaking with confidence. We'll be focusing on how to discuss your English learning journey, share your experiences, and practice speaking naturally in English. Whether you're just starting out or you've been learning English for a while, having conversations about your language journey is a great way to practice and connect with others. We'll go through some practical tips, key phrases, and examples to help you talk about your English learning experience. So, grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's dive into this conversation practice together. By the end of this video, you'll feel more confident sharing your English story and, most importantly, practicing your speaking skills. So, let's get started.
Hey, Sophia. It's been a while. How's everything going?
Hey, Alex. I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
Pretty good, actually. You know, I've been focusing a lot on my English recently. I really want to get more confident in speaking.
That's awesome. Me too, actually. Speaking is definitely the hardest part for me. I always feel like I make mistakes, and it holds me back from practicing more.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I used to be so worried about making mistakes. But I've realized that the only way to improve is to just keep talking, even if it's not perfect.
Definitely. I've been doing some speaking exercises on my own, but it's not the same as having a real conversation. How have you been practicing?
Well, I found a language exchange partner online. We meet up once a week to chat, half the time in English and half in their native language. It's a great way to practice in a low-pressure environment.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea. I've thought about finding a language partner, but I wasn't sure how effective it would be. Do you feel like it's helped a lot?
Absolutely. At first, I was super nervous, but they were really patient, and I've gotten so much better at expressing myself. Plus, I've learned a ton of everyday phrases that you don't get from textbooks.
That's something I struggle with too, the everyday language. I feel like my vocabulary is okay, but when it comes to casual conversation, I'm often lost.
I had the same problem. You know what helped me? Watching English TV shows with subtitles. I started with ones that were a bit simpler, like sitcoms, because they use a lot of conversational English. Then, I'd mimic how they said certain phrases, kind of like shadowing.
I've heard of shadowing before. You listen to someone speak and repeat what they say, right? Did it help you with pronunciation too?
Yeah, exactly. It's great for pronunciation. I even recorded myself and compared it to the native speakers. It was a bit awkward at first, but it was super useful.
That sounds a bit scary, but I think I'll give it a try. It's hard to notice my own mistakes unless I hear them.
It is scary at first, but you get used to it. Oh, and one more thing that's been helpful is joining a local conversation group. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, I've seen some advertised, but I've never gone. Aren't they intimidating?
They can be, especially the first time. But the group I joined was really friendly. Everyone's there to improve, so they're understanding when you make mistakes. It's also a good way to meet people who are in the same boat.
That sounds encouraging. I guess it would be less stressful if everyone is at a similar level and knows what it's like to struggle with learning English.
Exactly. Plus, the group often picks topics to discuss ahead of time, so you can prepare a bit. That takes away some of the pressure.
That's smart. Sometimes I freeze when I'm put on the spot, so it would help to have an idea of what to talk about. Do they correct you if you say something wrong?
Sometimes they do, but it's usually pretty gentle. They might suggest a better way to say something or point out common mistakes, but it's never harsh. I actually appreciate it because it helps me learn faster.
I think I need that too. Sometimes I get so focused on saying things correctly that I end up saying nothing at all.
Oh, I used to do that all the time. But I've learned that it's better to just speak, even if it's not perfect. I remind myself that mistakes are a sign that I'm learning.
True, that's a good mindset. Do you set any goals for your English practice?
Yes, I do. I have a weekly goal of practicing speaking for at least 30 minutes a day, either with my language partner, in the conversation group, or just talking to myself out loud.
That's a great idea. I think I'll start setting some goals too. I want to be more consistent, and having a target would help keep me on track.
It's made a big difference for me. I also keep a little journal where I write down new words or phrases I learn. I try to use them in conversation as soon as possible, so they stick.
That's clever. I think I rely too much on the same words I'm comfortable with. Writing them down and using them would force me to expand my vocabulary.
Exactly. Oh, and one last tip: I recently started recording myself doing mini presentations on random topics. It's a bit like giving a speech, but to myself. Then I listen back and see how I could improve.
Wow, you've got a lot of great strategies. Recording myself might be a bit much for now, but I'll definitely start with shadowing and look for a language partner.
Yeah, start small and build up from there. It's all about finding what works best for you. And remember, the goal is progress, not perfection.
I love that. Thanks so much for all the tips. I'm feeling way more motivated to practice my speaking now.
Anytime. I'm glad we had this chat. Let's catch up again soon and share our progress.
Definitely. Maybe next time we can even practice a bit together.
That sounds like a plan. Good luck with your practice, and don't forget, just keep talking.
Will do. You too. Let's make it happen.